You understand the importance of selecting the right revolver for the job. It's essential to choose the right caliber, balance, and features. But what about the revolvers you refuse to carry? In this video, I'm going to discuss the 5 revolvers I refuse to carry and why. I'm sure you've heard of some of them, but maybe you're not familiar with the full story. From the Korth Classic or Vintage model to the Smith & Wesson Model 340 PD, I'm going to tell you why I avoid these revolvers. Let's get started. Number 1. Korth Classic or Vintage Model. You wouldn't want to pay $9 grand for a Korth Classic or Vintage model either, even if money wasn't an issue. Produced by one of the most renowned pistol and revolver makers, the 4th Combat, Korth's flagship model, was considered the most accurate and reliable revolver ever made. While the Mer-73 by Mandarin is a close second, the Colt Python and the Smith & Wesson 686 will both finish a distant third. The Korth revolvers are built to exacting standards, with every part hand-fitted by one master gunsmith and all parts hand-ground from the most durable steel. This is why they are so accurate and reliable even after firing more than 50,000 rounds of full-power .357 Magnum loads. However, despite its quality and durability, the extraordinary price tag of $9,000 for a classic or vintage Korth is simply too much, and it's hard to imagine that the revolver is worth the cost. The author believes that even if they won the Powerball grand prize, they wouldn't buy a 4th Combat for $9,000, let alone a classic or vintage model. The Korth Classic or Vintage model, as well as the more economical 4th Combat, is a beautiful and reliable revolver. But for the price tag, it is simply too expensive to justify, even for the most ardent revolver enthusiast. Number 2. Taurus Model 856 Executive Grade. With its alluring design and sleek finish, the Taurus Model 856 Executive Grade may be tempting to take out on the town, but it's best left in the safe, as its lack of power and questionable build quality mean it's not worth the risk. Despite its small size and light weight, the Taurus 856 Executive Grade is still too bulky to carry comfortably, as its cylinder is 1.41 inches wide, and its overall length is 7.5 inches. To make matters worse, it is only rated to shoot .38 Special plus P, meaning it lacks the power to handle tough situations. Additionally, the Gun Collective's video showed that the revolver can easily break down after only a few shots, and with no adjustable rear sights and a bob hammer, it's not an ideal choice for self-defense. Finally, it's hard to justify the price of the Taurus 856 Executive Grade. Even though it has an MSRP of $689, that's still more expensive than a police straight in Ruger Service 6, which is a proven design that can fire full-power .357 Magnum loads. With all this taken into account, it's clear that the Taurus Model 856 Executive Grade is best left in the safe. Number 3. Smith & Wesson Model 350. The Smith & Wesson Model 350 is a beast of a gun, packing a massive punch despite its relatively small size. At 13.5 inches long, 1.92 inches wide, and 6.375 inches tall, and weighing 71.5 ounces, this behemoth is a sight to behold. But with a price tag of $1,599, it's not exactly wallet-friendly. Unfortunately, its 7.5-inch barrel limits the performance of the .350 Legend cartridge. Out of the Model 350's barrel, a 170-grain .350 Legend bullet can reach 1551 feet per second, equating to a muzzle energy of only 908 foot-pounds of force. This is significantly less than its capability from a 20-inch rifle barrel. Ruger's Super Red Hawk with a 7.5-inch barrel chambered for .454 casual is a much better choice in comparison. It's more compact and lighter, weighing only 53 ounces, and it's much cheaper at $1,469. Plus, the .454 casual has more than twice the muzzle energy of the .350 Legend from the same barrel length. If you're looking for a wheel gun that can deliver some serious firepower, the Super Red Hawk is the way to go. Unfortunately, the Smith & Wesson Model 350 is just too big and too expensive for what it delivers. Sure, it looks imposing, and it's certainly intimidating. But in terms of performance, it's severely lacking. If you're in the market for a powerful wheel gun, you'd be better served by looking elsewhere. The Smith & Wesson Model 350 is a unique and interesting gun, but it's simply not worth the money. Its performance is limited by its short barrel, and its size and price tag are too steep for what it delivers. If you're looking for a powerful wheel gun, you'd be wise to look elsewhere. Number 4. Rome Gesellschaft RG10. Don't be fooled by its dirt cheap price tag. The Rome Gesellschaft RG10 is a ticking time bomb, just waiting to explode its shoddy pot metal construction and send shrapnel flying. It is a double-action revolver chambered in .22 short and has a 6-round capacity. The pins that hold the frames together are often made of more durable metal than the frames themselves, and with repeated shots, they would vibrate, loosening the holes and affecting the cylinder's timing. This makes the RG10 incredibly unreliable and, if not properly maintained, it can easily jam or even worse, blow up in your face. The .22 short, despite its light bullets moving at low velocities, is still capable of upwards of 80 foot-pounds of force out of the muzzle, which makes the RG10 more powerful than most non-lethal CO2-powered guns. But with its bow construction and outdated design, it's hard to imagine anyone actually wanting to trust their life with this revolver. In addition, its bow use of pot metal leads to it rusting and corroding easily, so it requires proper maintenance and cleaning to keep it in working condition. The RG10 is a classic example of a Saturday night special and is the perfect example of why you shouldn't skimp on quality when it comes to firearms. It may be an affordable option, but it's not a reliable one. The cost of having a gun that you can't trust is not worth it, especially when it comes to your safety. Don't be tempted by the low price tag of the RG10. You're better off investing in a reliable firearm. There are plenty of quality handguns out there that can be had for a reasonable price, and they'll serve you much better than the RG10 ever could. Number 5. Smith & Wesson Model 340 PD. If you're looking for a lightweight revolver that packs a punch, Smith & Wesson Model 340 PD is the one for you. This tiny powerhouse is made from an aluminum scandium alloy that can handle the pressure of .357 Magnum rounds. Its titanium cylinder is strong enough to contain a full magazine of rounds, making it a great choice for self-defense. Despite its strength, however, it can be a punishing gun to shoot. The Model 340 PD is the lightest frame revolver available, and its lightweight frame makes it kick like a mule when the trigger is pulled. It can be difficult to shoot a full box of rounds without experiencing hand and wrist pain. If you're not used to shooting such powerful rounds from such a lightweight frame, it's best to practice with .38 Special Plus P rounds instead. Although the Model 340 PD isn't for everyone, it's an ideal choice for those looking for a lightweight and powerful revolver.